Peace, family, from the Royal Queen's Crystal and Gems and More store. We're coming to you with some information about crystal waters today. So, this is episode 1, and I'm going to be sharing in this episode basic principles of gem water application. We're going to talk about mineral water and gem water. During the production of gem water, information contained in the rocks, minerals, and crystals that are used is transferred to the water. When gem water is taken internally or applied externally, it therefore has similar effects to when the crystals themselves are used in healing. Crucially, however, it is not any physical substance from the crystal that is transferred to the water. The crystal does not dissolve in the water. It's solely energy from the crystal that is conveyed. Gem waters are therefore healing aids and applications similar to homeopathic and holistic remedies, or similar to Bach flower essence. Their effectiveness relies on the information contained in the gem water, not in the water or crystal itself. This is the difference between gem waters and mineral waters, by which we normally mean water that is enriched by traces of minerals. Mineral water can also be taken as a healing remedy. For example, the mineral water from some springs is used to treat problems, kidney issues, digestive disturbances, rheumatism, and many other complaints, which mineral waters really do offer some health benefits, and which do not is, however, something over which experts disagree. But it is always the type and amount of minerals dissolved in the water and their biochemical effects that is debated. By contrast, gem waters are, if possible, created in such a way that no minerals, or for a few as possible, are dissolved in the water. Ideally, the water does not undergo any physical changes, but despite this, the water is altered, as most people can tell from the taste. Depending on the crystal and water used, the water appears softer, fresher, and sometimes even tastier. The growth of bacteria in gem water is also slowed, so the water does not become stale so quickly, as demonstrated in a study carried out by the Hygiene Consultation Center in Germany. Water that was left standing in the open and which had been energized with quartz remained bacteria-free for several weeks. Another passage, gem water, the term used to describe water that has been informed by crystals, is distinct from mineral water, naturally occurring water containing minerals, which because of its biochemical effect is used as a therapeutic aid. We therefore use the term gem water, even if we use ordinary minerals or rocks to inform the water. Gem water as drinking water. We can achieve 2 goals in making gem water. We can improve the quality of our drinking water without intending to give it any particular effect, but we also can create a therapeutic remedy with a very specific effect. Only very few crystals can actually be used simply to improve the quality of drinking water, and most transfer very specific information and therefore have a corresponding specific effect. For example, only clear quartz is sufficiently neutral to be considered unspecific. The properties of clear quartz, such as freshness, clarity, vitality, and energy, resemble the very essence of those properties we normally associate with water, to the extent that the Greek origin of the name Crystallos, meaning ice, is particularly appropriate. Clear quartz supports water's inherent quality as a pure, clear source of life. Amethyst and rose quartz, closely related, are often added to clear quartz to create a basic mixture. They are not only clearly more colorful in their appearance, but also in their effects. Although their effects are normally regarded as very pleasant, after all, who does not want to experience feelings of alertness, consciousness, inner peace, which is amethyst, or sensuality, sensitivity to the world and liveliness, rose quartz? The water they create is not neutral, but rather a beneficial well-being drink. The advantage of gem waters made with these types of quartz is that you can use them over periods of several months if you wish. So we can justifiably refer to amethyst, rose quartz, and clear quartz as crystals for improving drinking water. However, we must be careful not to allow any misunderstandings to arise. It would be quite simply be wrong to suggest that placing crystals in water would make purifying water with filters or improving its quality through swirling unnecessary. Gems can only transfer information to the water. They cannot remove any harmful or damaging substance from it. This therefore means that placing crystals in water cannot replace any system of water purification or revitalization. Crystals such as amethyst, clear quartz, and rose quartz can improve drinking water only by helping to make it taste better, keep fresh for longer by inhibiting the growth of bacteria, and make the water easier for the body to absorb. One thing I know is that this is talking about a certain type of gem. We're going to exclude shungite from not being known to purify water, because anyone that has researched shungite or uses shungite knows that one of its soul qualities is used in water purification. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say solar. But yes, do your research on shungite. It actually is very good for gem waters. So let's carry on. Gem waters for improving and transformation. Creating gem water as an aid to healing is something quite different from the process of treating drinking water. In the case of the former, the crucial aim is to improve our health or someone else's, rather than to improve the quality of the water. Gem water created for healing is essentially a remedy and should therefore not be drunk on a regular basis, but rather be taken in specific doses or applied externally. And that is at the direction of whatever professionals you are working with. Let me just put in that disclaimer. Moving on. Applying gem water externally. When used externally, gem water may have several advantages over using crystals themselves. Very often, a crystal simply cannot physically be applied where it is needed, or it may simply be too small to cover the area required. Gem water, on the other hand, can be generously applied with cotton or wool, or as a compress, or you can even bathe in it. According to the medieval naturalist Hildegard von Bingen, traditional applications include, for example, using amethyst gem water as a facial and skin tonic. Gem water prepared with aventurine can be applied topically for sunburn and minor burns. Excellent gem water combinations compared to ronadite or mukite can, for example, be sprayed with care onto open wounds from a small sterile spray bottle. This method of applying gem water is particularly suitable for grazes where the crystals themselves cannot be applied directly. Gem water can also be added to bath water. In this case, it should be prepared over a long period to obtain a particularly concentrated preparation, which you can then add to the water, ideally just before you climb into the bath. When you use gym water and other bath additives, you can create a really wonderful feeling of well-being. That ends episode 1 of Crystal and Gem Water. Stay tuned for episode 2, which we will upload tomorrow. Thank you. For any information needed or questions, please contact Royal Queens Gems and More Store at gmail.com. Look for Royal Queens Gemstones, Crystals and More on Facebook. Have a wonderful day and talk to you soon.